Before I begin, on this channel, this channel is very small. I haven't been, at times, try to work on it, but when you got two other channels that need a lot of attention, this channel gets the least attention. But I do enjoy talking about theme parks. It's been a pastime since I was 6 years old for some reason. But anyways, try to get on here more often. So, out of all the theme park companies, the Universal Parks are top of my list since 1996, when I made my first appearance or first visit to Universal Studios Florida. That first visit was almost a life-changing to me, knowing that there's technology and creative minds out there that can bring famous films to life. Almost. If you look at Universal Studios in Florida during the 90s, the attractions were great. Very creative. Very nostalgic at this point. You had Comfortation, a fan favorite despite its issues. Jaws, Back to the Future, E.T. Adventure still there, Earthquake the Big One, The Fantastic World of Hanna-Barbera, and even some of the shows were spectacular like Ghostbusters Spectacular, Twister Ride It Out, Special Effects Show, and many others. But skip to the present, the park, mostly an American Universal Park, just to say. Screens everywhere. But I get it, animatronics have an expensive upkeep. I remember the last time I visited Islands of Adventure, I hopped on Skull Island Reign of Kong, and the Kong animatronic wasn't working. But I recently was looking around on the internet for new additions to theme parks in America. One of them I found is the Mattel Adventure Park coming very soon out here in Arizona. And then I wondered, when is the opening day for Universal's new horror attraction, which was basically called New Universal Horror Unleashed in Las Vegas, which is set to open next year. Actually, there's going to be a second installment at the planned Universal Studios Great Britain. Great Britain, you say? I've been trying to get one out there for the longest time. Wonder if the park gets off the ground, but then again, Universal Studios Beijing got off the ground, so there's great faith that Great Britain's get off the ground. I just remember in the past, Universal had planned parks in South Korea, Russia, Philippines for some reason, Germany, France, and everybody remember the ill-fated Universal Studios Dubai. Only a sign stood there for years before the project was canceled in 2016. But not to go off topic, there's the opening of Universal's newest park, Universal Epic Universe, the fourth park in the Universal Orlando Resort, scheduled to open 2025. So I took a gander at the list, and I had to say, at least in my opinion, I was underwhelmed. So the park will use a hub and spoke format consisting of 4 theme lands branching off a central hub. The lands being Super Nintendo, the Dark Universe, aka Universal Classic Monsters, more Harry Potter, more DreamWorks. Universal has this love fest for Illumination and DreamWorks, IPs of their own. But really, the other parks have been infested enough with those IPs. Harry Potter I have no problem with, but it's their moneymaker. But I think there's enough Harry Potter to go around at all 3 parks on the resort. Back to the open Celestial Park, the main hub isn't that bad. A garden, I guess, dealing with astrology. It makes sense. Attractions in that land are Constellation Carousel, Starfall Racers, a dual track roller coaster. That actually owes a dual track roller coaster they took out Dueling Dragons. But anyways, that might be fun in the splash pad. Super Nintendo World, the same as, I guess, Universal Studios Japan is the only one with Super Nintendo World, I guess. Well, anyways, Mario Kart, I have not gotten on that. You know, it's 5 hours away from me, but I have not been to Universal Studios Hollywood. Actually, I take that back. I have. The line was just long. Yoshi's Adventure and a roller coaster, Minecart Madness. I think that's themed to Donkey Kong. Dark Universe, rides for the Frankenstein monster, a dark ride expected, and a max spinning roller coaster themed to Wolfman. I would have themed a roller coaster to Dracula, but that's just me. The Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, a dark ride themed to the battle at the Ministry and the stage show. And for the last theme area, How to Train Your Dragon, a multi-launch Indian roller coaster, sky slide, a boat ride, and a show. Some of that sounds interesting. Some of that is just like, eh. I do like the idea of a dual roller coaster. And of course, I really like the idea of using the Universal Classic Monsters. But other than that, nothing really piques my interest. I'm not a big fan of Harry Potter like that. But I'm gonna get into that a little bit later. I think over the years, Universal slowly wants to beat Disney at its game, but at the same time, at least to me, made the parks less thrilling, more catering to young kids. Don't they have a park opening in North Dallas for the kids in 2026? See, me and my good friend that attend Universal Parks have said this for years now. Universal has this love affair with screens and kids rides. Now, he's a big Harry Potter fan, so he's cool with all the Harry Potter. For me, I was once a big fan of Marvel, Star Wars, but you gotta pay me at least $2.5 million to visit Disney. And Six Flags, subpar at best with DC Comics in the last few years, another big thing I'm a fan of. Now, this is my only absolute opinion, because these days people become so triggered by other people's opinions or facts. You guys should check out my sports channel, Franchise Sports TV. Alright, I'm getting death threats now over there. But I ain't feeling this new park. I'm really not. I wish Universal would dip a little bit into their older IPs, the ones that really put the Universal parks on the map. I know theme park companies have this thing about IPs lasting the test of time. They have to stay relevant. But damn, why not a revival of Back to the Future? Maybe not Jaws. Well, maybe Jaws. Maybe. But at least Back to the Future of some sort. But this whole IPAs being irrelevant is a bunch of bullcrap. Back to the Future, Jaws, and other franchises like that are timeless. Everybody can always learn and watch the movies and become fans. When I first saw Jaws in 1996 and 1995, it was already 20 years old. And instantly it stuck with me. To the point I watched at least the first one constantly. Now, Universal has these things with Jurassic World films as well, where the dinosaurs appear as pets and not furry, but colorly animals. Now, Jurassic Park has the lack of fear. I absolutely hated the last two Jurassic Worlds. But like Jurassic Park, Universal needs more fear factor. Enough of the DreamWorks stuff. I get it, you gotta appeal to the kids. But, kids ain't the only one paying y'all guys' bills. When I used to think about Universal, I think about Jurassic Park, Fast and Furious, Jaws, even Kong, even though Kong is slowly being not synonymous with Warner Brothers thanks to the Monsterverse, but stuff like that. But anyways, I know some people will not like this video, but guess what? I don't care. I ain't gonna suppress my thoughts on things I'm interested in. Anyways, signing off. Hey, let me take a second to tell you something. On Lone Wolf Adventure TV, I would appreciate it if you guys hit that like, hit that share button, even comment down in the comment section down below. And you also can follow me on Instagram. I'm not on Twitter or Facebook, just Instagram. So go do it. Do it now. Like Shia LaBeouf says, just do it.